Hello, fourth graders. Welcome to our lesson on division. This lesson is an introduction lesson, so it doesn't have lesson pages to go with it. Instead, you have a single page to take some notes and some vocabulary on. Let's get started. Today's lesson objective, which you can write on the side of your paper where it is labeled, is I can identify the parts of a division problem by labeling them in a fact family and in the standard algorithm. Please pause to write the lesson objective on your paper now. All right, fourth graders. Starting off division means that we have a whole new set of vocabulary words to use when we're describing the math that we're doing. We are actually going to start with the very last vocabulary word on this paper. And when I take notes on this paper, you should be taking notes on your paper. The last word on this page is fact family. And we're going to start with that definition. A fact family is a group of related facts and you can think of related like you're related to your mom and your dad and your brothers and your sisters, so they are a family. All right, well, now that we've gone to the last word, let's go back up to the first word. When we multiply numbers together, we call them a product. But when we divide numbers, we need to use different names. The first name that we're going to talk about is the dividend. The dividend is the number that is being split up. I'm going to go ahead and write the definition. You write the definition along with me. Now, in the example to the side, which you have at the bottom of your paper, the dividend is this number right here. We see this format in the standard algorithm, and the dividend has that word "ind" in it, which kind of sounds like the word in. So you can think of the dividend being inside. All right, our next vocabulary word is the word divisor. You can see from the picture that the divisor is the number outside. It tells us the number of groups that we're making. Let's write that down. All right, our next vocabulary word is the word quotient. And a quotient is the answer when we divide. We find the quotient up on top of our division work. So the quotient is the answer. And then we have this word remainder. Well, when we divide, not everything goes into perfect groups. Sometimes we have parts left over, and we call the parts left over remainders. So in remainder, we're going to write parts left over. All right, that was a good amount of writing on this page. So if you haven't got everything written down, please pause to make sure you write it down before moving on. All right, friends, we're ready to get started on the next page. The next page starts with some fact families. Fact families are numbers that go together. They are related. In this first example, we have the number 5 times 4 equals 20. So in our triangle here, we have the 5, and we need a 4 equals 20. 5 times 4 equals 20, which also means that 4 times 5 equals 20. But not only can we multiply for these numbers, we can divide for them. If we flip them around, we could do 20 divided by 5 equals 4. So we're using our math facts in the opposite direction. 20 divided by 4 this time equals 5. Let's look at the next example. We have a 7 and a blank and a 14. So let's think. 7 times something equals 14. Well, I know that 7 times 2 equals 14. So that must mean that 2 times 7 equals 14. And now let's flip it and do division. 14 divided by 7 must equal 2. And 14 divided by 2 must equal 7 because they are fact families and they go together whichever way we're going. In our next example, instead of a fact family in a triangle, we have a fact family in what we call the standard algorithm. But let's see if we can pull the numbers out of it. We have a 2 and we have a 14. Oh, look, we just did that. We know that 2 times 7 is 14. So even though we see it in a different format, we can still use our fact families to help us solve this problem. 2 times 7 is 14. 7 times 2 is 14. 14 divided by 2 equals 7, and 14 divided by 7 equals 2. Great job so far, fourth graders. Make sure you have this written on your paper before moving on. All right, fourth graders, we're almost finished, but we do need to talk about fact families that have parts left over. When we divide, we're not always going to get perfect fact families. We might get some leftover pieces. So let's think. I know that 4 times 3 is 12, and 4 times 5 is 20, and 15 is between that. So that must mean that 4 times 3 equals 12, and then I have 12, 13, 14, 15, 3 pieces left over, which means I have 4 groups of 3 with 3 pieces left over, because 3 times 4 is 12, and that's as close as I can get to 15 without going over. I can have some leftover pieces, but I can't have extra pieces. Let's try this again. I know that 5 times 5 is 25, and 5 times 4 is 20. And so 20 wouldn't be enough, so I'd have to go with 25. So 5 times 5 is 25. Oh, but I need not 25, I need 27. So that must mean that I have 2 pieces left over. So I have 5 groups of 5 with 2 pieces left over. We call those a remainder. What about 23? Well, let's see. I know that 3 times 7 is 21, and that's close. And 3 times 8 is 24, but that's too much. So that must mean that I have to go with 3 times 7, which gets me close, but is only 21. And then I will have 2 pieces left over, because 23 minus 21 is 2. So I would have 3 groups of 7 with 2 pieces left over. This part's a little bit tricky. We're going to practice it together when you meet me at the teacher table. Great job, fourth graders. You're almost finished. There is an exit slip to complete, and when you meet Miss Lynch at the teacher table, I'm going to ask you this question. What is a remainder? Think about it and be ready to answer when you meet with your teacher. Great job!